Hello, welcome back to Distant Worlds 2. We are continuing our Boskara playthrough here, and we are picking up where we left off. I think we just came out of a war, and right now our economy is trying to, start stabilizing. Looks like we have some cash flow. I think last episode, the episode before, we changed out our leader, and the new leader we got is awesome. Colony happiness, population growth, corruption reduction, colony income, troop maintenance savings. Like, these are all massive economical benefits, and happiness just gets better over time. So it's all really good stuff. We're definitely pretty heavily in the cash positive. We're kind of restabilizing now. Looks like we're upgrading and building some military facilities on our planet, or I should say the AI is doing that. From a military perspective, we're at 1.7 million strength, which is a big upgrade from where we've been in the past, and I will take it. But some of our fleets are pretty beat down compared to what they should be based on the template, and I do not have enough funds to rebuild the ships at the moment. So we're just going to wait for the AI to finish building all these planetary defenses and shields, and in the meantime, we're going to run some upgrades on our ships and our troops, and hopefully get things kind of up and running. Diplomacy tech will bump our reputation, which is pretty in the negative because we invaded a independent colony and we still have some penalties from invading just random stuff, but that will help offset some of that penalty. That penalty does affect our economy, so it will be good to trend that towards the positive direction. Also here we have a bonus to happiness for another like 7 years or so, which is good. Gene mapping for the research and creatures. Okay, so that's the Shaktur tech stuff. We can go down that tree and start getting more stuff. I don't have any money right now, so I kind of gotta wait before I can really do any of that. Shaktur, I mean, they exist. They're down here. They got a pretty big fleet. But outside of that, I don't think they've really grown that much yet. Yeah, it looks like they got 5 planets. So problematic, but not terribly so. Take a look. Research station looks like we are still kind of building up around those places. What might be a good idea is, and it looks like I already did it, flag all these spots to kill these hostile pirates and rift creatures and stuff, because that also increases my reputation. You see creatures destroyed plus 1.6, fire chips, major threats, etc., etc. So, right, another new thing done. I'm a little nervous about the amount of money I don't have because the AI keeps building stuff. I need to at least be able to queue up a tech to keep moving forward here. I mean, a new tech would be great, but I think I want to just get all these cheap techs out of the way just to fill out the tech tree. So let's queue them all up. Just get them done with. Progress things forward. These are all just a matter of days. It's not even... I definitely need to focus a little bit on this stuff over here. It'd be nice to get the version 2 of the hyperfusion reactor. Well, this will buy us time to get some cash reserves built up. Better engines would be good too. I mean, all of it would be good. We'll just have to keep working towards it. This 4 years, if you crash it, to 2 years, pretty reasonable of an upgrade. I think maybe we might go down that road pretty soon. I would like to... Is there any other like tech stuff down here that would be worth the effort of doing? 3 years comparatively is not... I don't think I want to do that yet, but maybe soon. We got all this done. Regional governance less than a year, and that's a big upgrade because that's not an empire. It's not an empire-wide building. It can be built at every building or every planet, which, you know, it has an increased, yeah, metropolis. So we look at the comparison. Happiness is 20%. Reductions, corruption reduction is 50. And this is 15 and 30. So it's 20% more corruption reduction, 5% more happiness. Everything else is pretty much the same. Some bombardment resistance and but the rest of it's identical. Diplo tech, probably throw that in there too. We should so much we have to do, and we don't have enough money. I mean, we'll have enough money. This is going to keep going up as our planets kind of stabilize and we get more people under our control. We still have, like, this assimilation is only 8%. So as time goes on, they'll become more assimilated and those funds will just keep increasing. We have a decent number of outposts, which is kind of crazy to me. Are any of these able to not be outposts? Yeah, 37 more talent. But the race that's on there... Right, we got to get everybody that's not more talent off of this rock. I mean, that's kind of how we have it configured. So it's just a matter of that actually happening. We need Xenox to not be the dominant race. I've never done it, but I know you can kind of kill off a population. Like if I just did this, but it would lower our reputation and cause other problems. So I don't really want to go down that path because I'm spending so much time and effort into like building up our reputation that I'd really prefer not to do that. It looks like we're starting to get a little more cash on hand. This will plummet when this expires, but it's still another 6 years before that happens. So we got a little time to enjoy the benefits. Take a look at the private sector. It looks like their cash flows dropped a lot. I don't know why it's dropped so much. They have some money on hand, but their cash flows dropped like half. They're not retrofitting a ton of ships, so I don't really know where that's all going. I bet you when we took over that last empire, a bunch of those like freighters converted over, and their maintenance costs have increased drastically. Is my speculation. Is there any other mining stations that we would benefit from taking over? It looks like a couple are already flagged, but outside of that, not really. How many? Let's look at Exodorium, which is the most important long-term resource. Do we have a lot of those? 28? Or there's just 28 known? No, these are ours, so we have 28. Yeah, 28 of 64. So we have not quite half the galaxy's production of that rare material that's needed for all the advanced military tech. So we should be okay with that. I'm a little shocked we're still investing so much money. I mean, we're making 800 and some odd, almost $1 million per cycle here, and we're still spending every dime. The AI is spending every dime of it building planetary structures, which, you know, again, is fine. I'd rather have the planets have some native defense on them, but I'm just shocked it's still spending that much. All right, reputation is ticking upwards, mostly from Diplotech being researched and the invasion, independent colony and colony invasions ticking downward at the same time. So that effect is gonna really drive up our cash flow, mostly because the planets get happier, and then when they're happier, you can tax them more, and we have that set on automatic, so the taxes go up, revenues go up, and the happiness stays about the same. So that's kind of how that works. Better Diplotech also, for those specific races, makes them happier and makes their assimilation quicker, and as they assimilate quicker, they'll generate more revenue because they're happier. Everything kind of revolves around happiness in the end. Looks like we just founded a new colony, which I wasn't really expecting, so that's one thing I haven't done yet this episode. I gotta go through and look and see, is there any new colonies sort by suitability? Okay, we do have several flagged. There's only one colony actually being... one colony ship actually being built right now. And I'm wondering if that's just because of the cash availability. I'm a little shocked they're not prioritizing colonizing these planets, because the faster we get a planet up and running, the better off we're going to be. Up, Terran space. More Shaktur coming in. I feel like we need to kind of intervene here and maybe build a couple colony ships. Looks like we're just about to cross a mill. All right, get a colony ship going there. Get one going there. I don't even know if these are the best places to build it, but, you know, I can click on it and they'll build. So we'll do that. It'll figure itself out after that. Okay, we broke 1 million cash flow for the first time, which is great. I still cannot believe we're not done auto building all these giant cannons and planetary defenses. I would have thought at the rate those are building, we would have covered all our planets by now. We only have 112 of them, and some of those are outposts, not even colonies. We're just gonna knock out this entire... we're gonna take the time to knock out this entire tier of Diplotech. It's only 100-something days per tech, which isn't too bad. And then we'll come back up here and start doing some other stuff. All right, let's try to rebuild some of our fleet while we're pretty flush with cash overall. Got about 4 years till this drops. We'll still be positive, but it'd probably be like 600k instead of $1 million. All right, we got one new colony ship done. This one has been limping along forever, just trying to make it to this planet. Someday it'll get there. Someday. It does look like these ones I manually built are going and getting colonists, so hopefully if we can get 2 more built, we'll have enough for every current planet that we know we can colonize. All right, we got the other 2 colony ships going, so that will be everything we need to get these 4 colonies up and running, which will ultimately be more population and more revenue in the long term. Look at the victory conditions. We could see more Talon territory is slightly pushed ahead of the Atuk, and I am still in a pretty trailing 3rd place. Debating who I want to try to go to war with next. Boskara would be fitting, just because they harassed me so much in the early game, and they have stuff immediately surrounding my territory, so that is a possibility. I could also go directly for the throat and go for the more talents directly. It's a risky play because they have a lot of fleets that are looks like about sizable to mine, maybe a little bit more of the, but they have a higher quantity of them, so it would be a rough time, but potentially doable. The Ekdarians, I feel like if we can go to war with them again, take that one planet over there, it'll create another one of these where we'll have a 10-year boost to our happiness, which could be a great economic benefit. And that is something to consider. Although I'd have to see if we could find a way to go to war with just them. Let's go ahead and just take a look at the alliance web and see if we could figure out a way to make that happen. Okay, so they are friends with these guys. And the Wakaris. And the Tikan. But that's it. That's pretty much nobody relevant. Because the Mortalans and the Atuk are the two that are threats to me. Everybody else is kind of pretty weak by comparison. So even though I'd be going to war with 4 people, it's 4 people that have like nothing. So like these guys have 1 planet, 2 planets, 1 planet, 2 planets. Yeah, there's just nothing scary, and 13 planets here. These guys were strong, but I feel like they've gotten completely beat down. Oh, they have a defensive pact again with the Atuk Dominion. At one point, they were at war with them. Okay, the AI finally stopped consuming all the resources. Maybe. I feel never mind. It just decided to do it again. Please just let me have my money. So these guys, I should probably tell all of them to retrofit into something better. Oh. The Shaktur have come meet with us. Let's retrofit to latest designs on those. The beginning of a mighty alliance. Huh. I mean, we could become allied with them, or maybe we would try to become allied with them and then backstab them later on. Feels pretty fitting. Investigate the pulses. I feel like the paid option is always the right choice. That may not be true, but I feel that way. Mathematical language. It's the vaults. So now we got to run around and build stuff on all the vault planets. I think we might not actually be doing anything with these anymore. We had a lot of troop transports, just not in a fleet, so went ahead and formed another invasion fleet off of that. Off of our existing ships, just to use those up. And they already had like 18,000 troops on it, so that's pretty great. Where do I want to stage this? Let's accept the Shaktur offer. Why not? Okay, well, we just go right to war. Oh, boy. So we just went straight to war. Cool. With the Atuk as well. Well, that'll be interesting. So does that mean we have the alliance set up? We do. Oh, but the Mortalan territory are friends with us. Well, that definitely works in our favor. We're just at war with the rest of the world. Well, galaxy. All right, well, let's see what we can do about flagging some of these planets for invasion. Really? I don't know. You look pretty full and pretty close by to me. I'm pretty sure we could hop right to a planet and try to take it over. Still feel like the AI is just not as bright as I would like it to. Like this guy, that planet is within range. You could see the circle. And yet, no fleet available in range. No, it is. And it doesn't even have a mission. It's doing nothing. Let's just hop over there and take it. We got about 1 million cash on hand. Probably want to save up a little bit. Or save up a little bit and then immediately go spend it on something. Like, that's what I'm going to do. But theoretically, I would want to save up a little bit. Let's at least get some of the cheaper stuff knocked out. Stealth doesn't really matter that much to me. All right. I never use stealth. I don't know if it is actually any good, but I feel like it's kind of garbage, so. Accept peace offer. No. No, I'm about to invade them. I don't want a peace offer. Peace offer from the Atuk Dominion. I mean, that might be worth it. Yeah, it says I must vote on this proposal. But how do I vote? Where's the vote? Where's the button to vote? Am I missing something? Is there supposed to be something here? No, it says they don't want to end the war. I do not understand. Damn, I am. All right, we are over here, and we have a full fleet. Well, not a full fleet, but you know what I mean. All right, let's bombard this a little bit. See if we can knock out the shield generator. There we go. Shield generator is gone, so let's immediately invade. It looks like it still affected us, unfortunately. Must not have been out enough. All right, we are about to land over here. Same situation, sort of. I want to get a little out from under the planet. I feel like that's always a little bit of a problem. Yeah, let's decline that. Decline that. Take these little guys and just pop them up. Alright, we should be able to invade this one, no problem. Didn't take any big hits there. Alright, let's load up some troops. Put you guys back on automatic for a little while you recover. All right, that is a little nice little bit of consolidation there. All right, now we got to push over in this direction. I'm guessing coming here to Zaldix would be the best bet. And then if we take their capital, we should get that bump. All right, these are the new planets that I built those colony ships for. A lot more colony options now, although a lot of them are in enemy territory. Not all of them are, like these guys aren't. All right, this guy apparently is busted. What are you doing? Just repair the planet real quick. Freedom Alliance has formed. And it has immediately been defeated. That's hilarious. Alright, we are at war with everybody else. Right, apparently we gotta wait for this to get repaired up a little bit. Yeah, I'll do mining rights, that's fine. Some slow repairs on this planet, but that's, I guess, makes sense. It's a newer planet. No peace. Not for the Boskaras. They're my lunch plans. I wasn't planning on moving on them yet, but opportunity has presented itself. I didn't really think clicking accept would have immediately put me at war with everybody. So, jumped the gun a little bit, but that's all right. All right, once this guy's repaired, we'll manually take Invasion Fleet 4 for a spin. The Atuk Dominion, Alright, I don't know if I'm missing something here, or something's bugged out, but I don't see an option to vote. I thought there was like a yes/no button or something, but there's nothing here. Like, I hit escape and it goes away, which is what I've been doing for now, but looks like we can only go to peace if I win? I don't know. Strange stuff. Alright, let's build up some fleets there. This guy is just completely destroyed. I'll try to vote. Sorry, man, it won't let me vote. I'd vote yes to get you out, but it just won't let me. All right, this guy's all fixed up, or as fixed up as it's gonna get. Let's push over here and try to take these planets. They got this one over here, but I almost hope if I could take all of these and just leave them with this one, we can come back and gobble that up later. We are still researching Diplotech. Getting better. Our reputation generally is pretty positive. Alright, let's head over here, bombard this planet a little bit, and then invade. There is a ton of... Oh, it's their capital. There's a ton of artifacts on here. This would be great to get. I mean, let's push for that. We only have 2 artifacts. My, how the mighty have fallen. Alright, IF-05 is, I think, big enough and ready to invade a planet. These guys must be dying for cash. I don't even see defensive fleets. Like, they seem to be... I mean, they've been at war for a very long time. So, I'm wondering if they just drained every drop of resources, because they've lost territory, too. So, their money's gone down. Alright, let's get these 2 most populated fleets over there. We'll build this one up, or try to. And that is 30,000 troop strength, which is not maxed out, but it's... You see that? It's like, that icon is just spazzing out. It's just twitching. Seems to be the near full strength, though, so I'm gonna manually send those over, and the ones that only have like 8,000 or 18,000, I'm gonna let them keep building up and keep scooping up troops automatically while we utilize these fleets to invade what we can, especially if they're easy targets, which does seem to be the case right now. All right, these guys will be a little while before they get over there, but these guys are pretty close to the planet they're going. I'm hoping we could just snag as many of these planets as possible. And if we could do it and the Shaktur don't, that's even better. Well, not just the Shaktur, but the other guys too. Alright, let's bombard this planet. Okay, there we go. Shields are down. Let's invade real quick. Perfect. Looks like we got away with that. Alright, let's go ahead, reload, refuel, everything. Plenty of fuel on this planet, so no problem there. We do not have a planetary administration. About to get the Metropolis research done, which will be a nice little upgrade. These guys are still kind of limping their way over there. They were built later on, so that makes sense. They're all still trying to play catch up a little bit. Where's the other ones? Oh, these guys way far away. Where's the third? Oh, the third one's like all the way back here. Yeah, it's not going to get there anytime soon. That's all right. I think we can afford to move to the next planet, which is in the same system. Go bombard this one, take this one over. I'll try to vote on this again. No vote option. So we're just going to be stuck in perpetual war. Which, I mean, if that was going to happen to somebody, the Boskarans feel like the right people for that to happen to. All right, let's get out from under the planet, because then the bombardment and invasion don't jive. Looks like we are holding up somewhat to this whole thing. No peace. All right, bombard. A lot of stuff on this planet. Okay, shields are down. See if we could land that invasion real quick. Oh yeah, there we go. And we should keep most of this stuff intact, which will be really nice. That's a galactic wonder. That's pretty good. Alright, Barrett is under our control. Really cash negative, but ultimately it'll be really cash positive. It looks like we're queuing up, getting ready for a jump. We're in that general region now. Looks like you are trying to load troops up. Get there eventually. All right, let's top up our fleets here. Got a little bit of cash on hand, not a ton, but a little bit. Any other new planets we can colonize now that we've taken over some more systems? Those are all in enemy territory. Prefer to get ones that aren't. I feel like you've kind of done everything you can do for now. We'll set that one back on automatic, let it scoop up some troops while we fly over here with the other invasion fleet, get that started. And then we got this as like a plan B. It's all built up. We could start moving that in this direction as well. Looks like it kind of already is. All right, bombard this planet. It looks like we did enough damage to the shield generator to start invading. This will be a really good one to get under our belt. All right, regional governance is done, and we have a good amount of cash on hand, so we can go through and build up all those buildings. This guy's fine. Planetary Administration Metropolis looks like the best course of action here would be to build those up. Can we not upgrade? Can't afford. Oh, we must have. The AI went and spent all our money. We reign supreme. Okay, that just in time bumped us back up again. That's a massive deficit. I don't know what's going on there. All right, let's scoop up some troops. Oh, independent colonies going on here. Where are you at? The Wakaris are starting to lose their touch. They are surprisingly positive with us. Let's send a gift. And then offer a treaty. No. Never mind. I should have waited. I have no idea why our economy went from like $500,000 to 0 in the blink of an eye just because we took over one enemy planet. I mean, our war weariness did go up a lot, so maybe that's a big factor. Oh, you know what? I bet you a lot of these retrofit automatically, and that tanked our economy, and then now they're all finishing getting built, and now our economy is restabilizing. That makes sense. All right, that should be everything we need there. Another new colony founded. Very nice. Right, research complete. We do have to queue up some tech because we are running out of tech there. It's expensive. It'll take some time, but let's get this done just so we have better defenses. I would also like, these are really cheap and it's such a big part of our fleet strength that I would really like to bump up the bombers that we have. As far as hyperdrive tech, that's fine. This is only a year to get this, so we can upgrade that as well. And then I'm just out of money right now, so we have to wait. All right, this guy looks pretty good to go. Yeah, this guy's as full as you can get. So let's see the next planet we could potentially take over. And let's look at the independent colonies. Are you... Yeah, it's still too soon after our last change, so we're going to have to wait on that a little bit. Man, what is even left of the Wakaris here? They have 6 planets. One there, one there. Still have one in that system. That's 3. 4. 5. And then one all the way over here. All right, well, this guy should be able to be gobbled up pretty easily. And then it's a little, not completely out of our way, but we can come over here and take this planet next, I think. I mean, you're full up on troops. There is a nebula here. So let's try to be smart about how we navigate through that. All right, we'll go there, and then we'll queue up and go there. I hope that works. We could do a migration tree. That's fine. They're our ally now, right? Where is the Atuk at? I'm not seeing fleets for them either. Are they hurting that bad? I mean, I don't want the Mortallons to get much more powerful. All right, 3 months will be good on next negotiations. All right, looks like queued up movement did not work. We'll have to just manually move them there now. Oh, that's another thing. I need to see mining stations, because now that we have new territory and new mining rights, is there any place we can build some mining stations? All right, we're getting pretty close over here. Overall, those new administration complexes really netted us a decent amount of cash flow. How's the private sector doing? I haven't checked that in a little bit. Doing much better. Still not great, but definitely doing better. 27's probably pretty good. I think it'd be enough to justify pushing some troops in this direction. But I'm betting we could take 2, maybe 3 planets with just this load of troops. They have no troops on their planets. Like, what is going on here? Alright, looks like we can have that conversation. Improve relations by 1. There we go. Free trade. We can colonize a ship there. We just have to make sure to bump that up again. Alright, we should be able to negotiate a deal. No, we still can't talk to these guys, huh? Weird. Well, our invasion should go off fine here. Load up as many troops as we can. Are these guys queued up for a different fleet? No. Alright, they all got back on this fleet. 39,000, that's still plenty of ships to move on to the next planet. So let's just keep pressing forward. Might as well, right? Just do a little light bombardment. It's not really affecting, like, it's only negative 1.6 reputation. So we're only bombarding just enough to break the shield, and then we're invading. And I think that's the way to go, because you don't get too negative a penalty there. Something's going on with the Atuk here. We are getting some negative war score with them. I wonder if I try to piece them out, if that will work without going to peace with anybody else. Okay, so these guys want to like me 14 more, and it's ticking up, so maybe we should wait a little bit on that. The Atuk. All right. How would you... I can't do that. So the Shaktur have to trigger that. But at the same time, it's bugged and not working? Or can I convene an alliance to make that happen? Alright, let's bombard this planet real quick. Hopefully take the shield out. We had it for a second there. Just need to get that shield to drop. Alright, there we go. Well, sort of. I bet you this screws up. No? Okay, we're fine. I'll take it. I don't want to break these repositories and stuff, like empire-wide bonuses, and you can't rebuild it. I really want to be cautious about bombarding the heck out of a planet to the point where it can't do what we need it to do. All right, let's load up troops and refuel while we're there. I will decline that, but I will accept other ones, or try to accept other ones. I'm thinking maybe we need to do the convene alliance. Yeah, this window's bugged. I'm hoping when I reload this game, it'll be fine. Otherwise, ultimately, I'm gonna have to leave the alliance. All right, let's not repair, but refuel. There should be. Oh, there's no fuel on the planet. All right, well let's refuel from the fuel tankers. These guys are so low, I don't even know if they'll limp to the next planet or the next system over here. Let's try to talk to the Boskarans real quick. I would love to vote yes, but the window won't let me. Sorry, man. All right, these guys are neutral with us right now. That's not getting any better, unfortunately. Oh, looks like we pulled it off. Okay. So let's go ahead and colonize that planet. Get that under our belt. Take a look at the colonization situation here. I don't see anybody currently heading over here to colonize. So that must be some of these that are either like under construction right now. How have the fuel ships not refueled these yet? All right, there's 2 fuel tankers, right? Yeah. I mean, maybe we need more. It seems to take a long time for them to do what they need to do here. I wonder if I can get the AI to do any of this stuff for me. War targets, colonies. Let's do some of these smaller ones. Okay, I'm not anywhere near them. Not near them. Not near them. Or them. Yeah, none of these are able to be AI queued up to murder. Which, you know, whatever. It is what it is. All right, 2 of our battleships are refueled. I gotta wait for 2 more and then we can hop to the next planet. There's fuel in the tankers, so it's not like they don't have the fuel to refuel them. Alright, that guy's refueled. This is the last one here. What are they doing? Just moving around? Shuffling? Please refuel this guy. It's the only thing you have to do. Okay, we're good. Everybody is fully refueled. This planet has no fuel still. It'll get it eventually. Let's hop up here and take this last planet real quick. I mean, it's not the last planet, but it's the last planet in this immediate vicinity. Don't be a coward. You're fine. Was he trying to colonize here? Or Talon 24? He has Boskaran on him. Well, let's see where that mission takes you. All right, our colonization chance has dropped a lot, but we are trending upward again, so it should be fine in the long run. As long as no colony ship immediately swoops in and tries to colonize it. This is going to tick up over time. We could always spend a little money to get it good to go right away when we see the colony ship getting close. Let's bombard this planet real quick. All right, we had knocked out the shield, but it came back. There we go. Knocked out again. Invade real quick before it comes back up. All right, we're golden. Let's take a quick gander at the... oh. Where are our artifacts? Did we not have a bunch of artifacts on this planet? Where did they go? Huh. Interesting. I thought we would have captured that. Did the Boskara still have it? Like, did it move to their new... It did. It moved to their new home planet. We're going to have to do something about that. All right, I think I'm going to call it there for today. We are a little bit over time, but I wanted to get as far into that war as I can. I can't actually declare peace with anybody because the window seems to be bugged, so I can't do that at the moment, but I'm really hoping a reload of the game will resolve that so we can start going to piecing out some of these people that I don't really need to be at war with. We've definitely done a number on Boskara's Commonwealth. We beat them back quite a bit. We are researching our next best tech for armor, so that'll be pretty nice to knock that out. Shields and hyper fusion reactor version 2 will be nice little upgrades for us that we can then start moving on to bigger and better ship tech. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and just do that up while we're in the money and we have the research. But it'd be good to knock that out as well. Mega carriers, mega capital ships, and then automated manufacturing, which gives the best colony ships and army transports available. And then from there, I think we just queue up as much of this tech as possible so that we are ready for the future. Go ahead and throw that hyperdrive tech in there as well. And that's all we can queue up right now. We will ultimately have to queue up some more of these military techs. I think that would be next on the agenda, just so that we have the best military ground troops possible. And then ultimately I need to swing back up here and get some more of these weapon techs. I would really like to get a improved point defense up and running. I feel like I don't really have a great point defense at the moment. So we'll have to figure that out. And then I do want to take over this planet and see if I can actually capture those artifacts instead of like them just keep shifting to wherever their new planet is. Although that might just be how it works, and I might have to completely destroy them in order to actually get those artifacts under my belt. But I'd like it sooner than later because this war weariness is really starting to creep up there, and that's a little problematic for me. So thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, see more content in the future, and we will catch you in the next one. I did forget to look at the victory conditions here, but we could see 46% to 47, so I'm right on the cusp of being number 2. And more talents, they only went up, I think, 1%. So we're really gaining some ground here. Hopefully we can continue to do so. Thanks for watching.